Welcome to Michigan in Focus. I'm Bruce Walker, Great Lakes Regional Editor for the Center Square. And with me is Scott McClellan, the Center Square's Michigan correspondent. Let's talk about hate crime in Michigan.
Under bills teed up by the Michigan Senate, the bills aim to make intimidating speech a felony punishable up to 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. The House already passed it.
These bills, according to the story that you wrote, will expand the definition of a hate crime if someone maliciously and intentionally does any of the following to someone based on an actual or perceived characteristic of that individual. So does that mean I can't pick on you for your mustache any longer?
For my mustache, for my height, you name it, and it could be perceived as intimidating.
Motivating factors would be to use force or violence on the other individual. Okay, I'm down with that. Cause bodily injury to the other individual, always a good idea not to do something like that. Intimidating the other individual, well, then you're kind of getting into a gray area. And here we go. Damage, destroy, or deface any real, personal, digital, or online property of the other individual without that individual's consent, or threaten to do any of the above. So if you threaten to take someone's phone and throw it across the room, then you could be in a world of hurt.
The way I understand it, if you threaten to intimidate someone under this bill, it would be a hate crime.
I've read some other interpretations of this bill, and all of them seem to say that it's written rather vaguely. And you talked to attorney David Kalman on this. And for those who don't recall, during the pandemic, David Kalman was the individual who stood up for the barber in Owasso who went against the pandemic orders from the governor. What did Kalman say to you?
He told me that the bills are unconstitutional, and if they were enacted into law, Michiganders could be charged with a felony for talking about trans issues or refusing to use someone's pronouns. He told me that to frighten or intimidate or harass someone does not amount to unlawful violence. He said that if these bills were enacted into law, then they would have a chilling effect on people's speech.
That could cause remarkable consternation because, as you might have noticed, I am a person of a certain age that is more or less set in my established ways. Nobody really sets out to do that on purpose, but even accidentally, if a person takes offense at something an older person such as myself might say, you could end up paying a major fine.
That's what this bill says, yeah. But then again, the Senate did back off of this yesterday when they also passed the budget. So it's unclear if this bill is still part of their agenda.
All right. Well, so it seems to me that all sides are going to capitulate to a little bit of common sense here. Listeners can keep up with this story if there's more to tell, and more at thecentersquare.com. I'm Bruce Walker, Great Lakes Regional Editor for the Center Square. Please subscribe, and thank you for listening.